Welcome back. We're on day 8, and I got some shorts weather again. So if you haven't figured out, I troll T-Mobile hard with a lot of magenta. And people tell me, you should throw those shorts away. Why do you still rock magenta, blah, blah, blah. I'm not changing because they changed. I'm still the same person. I'm not going to change what I'm doing just because this company turned into a tyrannical organization that hates America. Whew, strong statements already, man. I haven't even gotten my chair yet. My name's Mark Palaciano. I'm a former T-Mobile employee of 17 years. I've been exposing them all year long. They've taken my free speech. They've even impacted my Second Amendment right, which I'm going to tell you about. See, I got people driving by. I've had so many people honking and, just happy that I'm out here exposing them. I'm going to tell you how T-Mobile also took away my Second Amendment right. So let me hop into my chair. How about that? I realized too yesterday, this is genius putting this sign here because it has my QR barcode. So anybody watching the video, just scan the QR barcode if you want to get to all my links. But all right, we're here. It's day 8. It's really day 8 in a row, but total, it's probably like day 13 or 14. As I came here back in, late October I came, a few days in a row. But this is day number 8 in a row, and now I'm recording video and just freestyling topics right here. I've been standing on pylons, holding signs. Dude, I brought so much energy to this corner. People are going to know me on this corner. They're going to be like, where's that guy exposing T-Mobile? That's good, because if T-Mobile ever tries to get rid of me, like if my Tesla somehow runs into a wall or backs into a pond by itself, T-Mobile did it, guys. I'm just trying to tell y'all right now. But okay, so today we're going to talk about a few things. I'm going to, talk about some of my stories. We're going to talk about how T-Mobile is spying on customers with OpenAI. That's a big one. We're also going to talk about how Gavin Newsom didn't disclose a $12 million donation from T-Mobile. I'm going to show you my email subscribers. It's hilarious. I'm producing the best content I ever have, and I'm losing email subscribers. My censorship is so amazing. I understand people are going to unsubscribe, but the problem is they've hidden me from new people, so my trajectory is going to go down because I don't have enough new people to find me. Anyway, that's enough. I don't really care about subscriber numbers. I just I use that to understand my censorship. And then I'm going to close out the last story with how T-Mobile has stomped on not only my First Amendment right, but my Second Amendment rights. There's some big topics we got for today. All right, so let's get right into how T-Mobile is spying on customers with OpenAI. Everything I'm talking about are stories on my website. I posted all the directions. If you are a T-Mobile customer and you want to go disable all these settings, it's on my website. Or I guess I should just put it here. I forget. I can just boom. There's the instructions. But go download them from my website if you want. Okay, T-Mobile. Mike Sievert, he's the CEO. He hosts many. This. Oh, this one's actually called Fireside Chat. Hey, Sievert's stealing your titles. It used to be called Sidekick Chats or something, but now it's Fireside Chat with Sam Altman. And so, this is a video where Mike Sievert and Sam announced their new partnership and how, OpenAI and AI is going to save the world, and it's so great and so awesome. And Mike Sievert and Sam Altman, they're American heroes. They're making America so much better with all this AI. Yeah, get out of here, dude. Let me ask you some questions. Do you want T-Mobile to profile you and learn about your performance at work, your economic situation, your health, personal preferences, interests, reliability, behavior, locations, or movements? Do you trust T-Mobile to share your data with outside researchers or research institutions for public and scientific research? Do you trust T-Mobile to make your ads more relevant for you by using all of your app data? Do you want to help T-Mobile make their products better by allowing them to use your data? I bet you answered no at least to one of those 4 questions, and a lot of you probably answered no to all of those questions. Well, T-Mobile doesn't care because they turned all of these settings on every single account, and you got to go disable it if you don't want it. So let me see. I got some information here about Sam Altman and his partnership with the World Economic Forum. If you don't know, guys, the World Economic Forum, they're really here to help make the world better. You know, they do everything from, you know, they make our lives better. So you're supposed to really appreciate anybody that has ties to the World Economic Forum. They're great people. Let's see. So, I have a video here. Oh, you know what? Let's cut this in. Let me actually give you a 2-minute clip from Tim Dillon explaining what the 4th Industrial Revolution's all about.
I think there's like some insidious thing, like they don't want people to have homes. Like, really?
Yes, because I think they look at it and say Americans will be happy renting. I mean, that's the famous article. By 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy.
Right, but that's just those WEF dorks.
Yeah, but those WEF dorks are incredibly powerful amongst the crew of people. They all get together. They all these conferences, whether they meet, and it's not like always nefarious, but they go to like Davos or Bilderberg or whatever. And this idea that that's the thing people talk about. Why should you preserve culture? Is it racist to preserve culture? And I don't mean the specific culture of any one race, but this idea that like you want to preserve culture. And people go, well, why is it good to preserve traditional culture? And because there will always be a culture. So if it's not Italian culture, Irish culture, Mexican culture, black culture, whatever it is, it's going to be soulless global corporate culture. That's why every hotel looks the same. That's why every fucking apartment looks the same. Because the same people are choosing the same fucking 10, shades of marble and shades of wood. And they're putting up all of these different condos and all of these office buildings. That's why all these cities are starting to look the same. Everything looks like a weird Airbnb. It looks like they 3D printed everything. That's why all these restaurants are starting to look the same, because it's soulless corporate culture. Americans, just like people all over the world, have less and less financial power, and more of it is being consolidated on the higher end. And they're going to say, you're going to rent your house. You're going to take Ubers everywhere. You don't need to own a car. You're going to take whatever vaccine we think is good. You'll drive your car on Thursday, or you'll be able to Uber on Thursdays because of climate. You're not going to be able to Uber whenever you want, or you won't be able to use this amount of water or this amount of heat or this amount of energy. And all of this are going to be edicts delivered to you from the government, but also by these corporate oligarchs that just own everything. And it's going to be a very bland and soulless world.
It'll be Times Square.
And we're back. So anyway, I mean, they're clearly, if you go check out my website if you want to learn how to disable the settings, but what T-Mobile is doing with OpenAI is they have pretty much tapped into your entire life through your cell phone. It's the settings on their app data, but also it's on their T-Mobile.com account. So I don't know, they might be able to get all of this data even without the app being installed on your phone. So you go to T-Mobile.com and make sure these settings are disabled. But they're learning everything about you. They want to know every detail about your life because they want to predict what you need and predict what you want. Because guys, T-Mobile and OpenAI, they know what you need. They know how to give you a better life. You just need to trust them and let them have all these, access to your life. Get out of here, dude. Whatever. Anyway, that's enough about OpenAI. Pretty self-explanatory there. I could talk about that all day. Oh yeah, you know what? If you don't know, OpenAI is the company that owns ChatGPT. ChatGPT launched November 30th, 2022. We've had ChatGPT just 2 years. 2 years. And America, you can tell, is already getting dumber and stupider. And these AIs are getting way smarter. They are going to replace jobs. They've already replaced a ton of jobs, and they're going to continue replacing jobs. Anybody that's in analytics or graphic design, almost all of these office jobs, you're done, dude. Customer service jobs, done. All of this stuff can be done by AI. Okay, sorry. That was a soapbox moment about the 4th Industrial Revolution. All right, let me get a drink of water before we talk about Gavin Newsom. Ooh. All right. So this story just popped up. I published it November 15th, so I think it came out like a couple days before, a week before. Gavin Newsom was fined $13,000 for failing to report on-time payments made at his request. What? So Gavin Newsom didn't disclose $12.3 million that T-Mobile donated to a specific place that Gavin directed them to. The nonprofit that Gavin directed them to donate the $12.3 million is called Californians Dedicated to Education Foundation. And the goal was to provide California students with tele-learning devices in response to COVID-19. What's interesting is T-Mobile also has other programs like Project 10 Million and other, ways that they help give money to the community to connect people who need to be connected to the internet. This has nothing to do with that. This $12.3 million has nothing to do with any of the other programs T-Mobile has done. So T-Mobile just, let me tell you what year it was. It was in 2020 that T-Mobile did this. Now, let me tell you, in 2020 and 2019, both those years, the biggest detractor to T-Mobile's merger with Sprint was the state of California. Yeah, the state of California was probably the single biggest detractor of the merger with T-Mobile and Sprint, besides Elizabeth Warren. And so then all of a sudden T-Mobile donates $12.3 million to where Gavin tells them to, and Gavin doesn't talk about it for 3 years. Guys, have any of you watched First 48? People, for example, people call me a conspiracy theorist. Dude, I just have common sense and know something's up. When there's so many coincidences that whenever there's multiple coincidences, it's obvious it's not a coincidence. I mean, geez. Anyway, so yeah, here's this bunch of red flags. Oh, and then I saw a story, I think it was 2 weeks later, they talked about how Gavin Newsom just bought this $9 million home in California. Wonder where he got the money from. All right. And I already told you, talked to you about losing email subscribers. Just look at this screenshot. It's crazy, but it is what it is, man. I'm not, I've learned. In January and February was awesome because I was blowing up and I got 7,500 subscribers and 15 million impressions. And I'm not going to lie, every day I got addicted to the growth, dude. And I can see how people that have social media that actually use it for social influencing and thinking they're such great people, dude, they get addicted to themselves, and it just fuels their narcissism. Because when T-Mobile took it away from me, it was actually a good sign. It was letting me know hey dude, you're not here to get followers. You're here to speak truth. And you have to speak the truth no matter what, dude. The followers are just, who cares about that stuff? I can't control it, so forget about it. So, anyway, now let's talk about how T-Mobile has stomped on my First and Second Amendment rights. Let me flip the sign around for this story. Because, yeah, T-Mobile and Collin County have 100% weaponized the judiciary system against me. If you've been following my story, you're pretty clear on how T-Mobile has taken away my First Amendment right. They've worked with big tech to censor me. I'm censored on every platform. I can barely grow. My censorship is so obvious, it's sickening at this point. My ex account, they barely get 1 or 2 likes. It's nuts. And guys, I don't do this for likes, but I use impressions, likes, subscriber growth. All of those are data points to help understand censorship and growth. So I use all of this as analytics. So T-Mobile took my First Amendment right, which is the whole reason why I was texting dumbass in here. Because they took away my free speech, so I started posting stories and sending it to T-Mobile leaders I knew. Because I'm yo, you guys have known me, dude. Look, you guys have known me for years, and now you're watching the company that you work for censor me and take all my rights. This is happening. None of you can deny it. You all know it's happening, which makes it even more disgusting what you're doing. And once people understand how disgusting It is. You're going to lose a lot of fans. But anyway, so, you know, the John Fryer T-Mobile president filed harassment charges on me, which the harassment charge has a lie in it. 1. 2, this harassment charge, since it was built on a lie, means it's a false allegation. And harassment charge in Texas automatically removes your Second Amendment rights. So I lost my license to carry has been suspended. On top of my license to carry being suspended, my bond has restrictions of no deadly weapons, which means I don't even have the constitutional right to guns. I don't have any more guns. I threw them all in the lake, Texas. Dear Texas, you told me I couldn't have any deadly weapons. They're all in the bottom of Lake Louisville. I followed your directions, okay? So, it's crazy that this company has taken my First Amendment rights. They've taken my Second Amendment rights. I showed you how they discriminated against me and violated Texas Health and Safety Code Chapter 81D. I showed you how they force people to do vaccine mandates. I've shown you their environmental social governance, their diversity, equity, inclusion. I'm going to show you how I was ganged up in the Pride Room just because of Chick-fil-A. Dude, I got so much shit on this company, and that's why they've censored me into non-existence. They couldn't stop me with the cease and desist because I was telling the truth. They couldn't stop me with defamation because I was telling the truth. So since they couldn't stop me legally, they fucked me and stepped on my rights and stomped on my First Amendment rights with big tech, and then they weaponized the judiciary system and stomped on my Second Amendment rights. Crazy, man. And so, yeah, that's day 8. I guess I'm more of a vlogger now. I don't even know, dude. I started off as like a tweeter, and then a writer, and then a content creator, and a vlogger. And what you need to, dude, I've evolved this entire year. Every time the system screws with me, I figure out how to do something else to keep going. You know, when they censored my X, when they suspended my X account, back in 2023, that's when I pivoted to Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube and made videos. You know, T-Mobile even took my LinkedIn in July. Yeah, they just straight up took my LinkedIn. I was trolling them hard, dude. I had at least 100 T-Mobile people coming to my LinkedIn daily because I was embarrassing the leadership here. And no, embarrassing people is not defamation if you're telling the truth. Defamation is when you lie about people. I can sit out here and tell the truth all day long. Let me show you one of my favorite memes. Yeah, I can say stuff like that because you know what? It's truth. He did it. But all right, guys, I'm going to close this video out. We'll see if tomorrow's going to be day number 9. Tomorrow's going to be Christmas Eve, you know. I'm definitely not going to come up here on Christmas. Maybe I'll shoot a video at home. But either way, oh yeah, and you know, shorts wear their back, so I'm in my uniform. I told you I got strict brand guidelines. I troll T-Mobile hard with the magenta. If you don't know, they actually own that magenta tee in a certain color. They own the trademark on it. You can't use it. So all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, stay tuned.